Hi everyone, welcome back. So today's new video is going to be all about how to make 2018 your year. I think all of us, we're probably a little bit tired of hearing about people's goals and resolutions, and we have our own ones, and it can be kind of overwhelming getting into a new year. Like, all of us want to have a great year. Nobody doesn't want to have a good year, and maybe last year wasn't so good for you or the year before, but you really want to make sure that this now is the year that things are going to happen, you're going to get stuff done, and it's just going to be your year. So here are 5 things to make sure that happens. So number 1, plan out your dream year. If you follow my blog, you'll know that over the last few weeks I wrote 2 pretty big blog posts. One was the 17 lessons I learned in 2017. I'll link it below in case you missed it. And then the second one was my dream 2018. And I do this every year since 2016. So this is my 3rd year doing it. And basically what I do at the beginning of every year, usually around like the 3rd or 4th of January, but it's definitely not too late now. But basically I sit down and I have 4 categories of like my life, and I ask myself, okay, if I could choose and if I could really like imagine and envision, and if I could just make this happen, how would I like those 4 areas of my life to pan out this year? So the 4 areas are: number 1, career; number 2, relationships; number 3, travel; and number 4, well-being. And for me, they're the 4 main areas of my life, and they're the 4 kind of important areas that I continue to work on and continue to kind of want to improve, I guess. So basically I sit down, I link my blog post below. I've done this, I do it on my blog, but obviously you can do it on a sheet of paper, or on your phone, in the notes section, or in an email to yourself, whatever it is. But you will be so surprised what a difference it makes. And some of you are probably like, Erika, come on, like you can't like envision your year, or like you can't predict what's going to happen. But trust me on this one, writing things down that you want to happen will transform the way you approach them. And I know it sounds a bit silly, and I know you mightn't believe me, but the first year I did it in 2016, I noticed such a difference in my life. It was the year that I quit my job and went full time at Retro Flame. It was the year I really kind of just saw my life getting so much better here in New York and settling in, and so many great things happened. I was able to travel more, and it's because at the beginning of the year I sat down and I really just asked myself, if I could choose what I wanted to happen, what would happen? And just by making that conscious kind of decision, it just really transforms your mindset. So those 4 areas, it's the first thing you should do before anything else this year. If you haven't done it, some of you who read my blog might already have done it. Some of you are sending me Snapchats and Insta stories and stuff of your lists and like your 4 sections, and I was so happy to see it. But if you're just watching this video and you've never seen my dream 2018 kind of situation, I urge you to grab a piece of paper once you finish watching this video, make 4 sections, and just really ask yourself what you want to happen this year. And then number 2, setting the goals and setting the deadlines. Once you have your dream year planned out, that's one thing. That's okay, that's in your head now. That's what I want to happen. I really want to get my promotion in work. I really want to move houses, whatever it is. I want to go to Bali. All these dreams and aspirations, but they're on that piece of paper now, or wherever you've written them. But the next thing is, okay, how am I actually going to do this? And when do I want it done by? And that's the big thing here. Setting deadlines. You have your goals, you have them written out. If it's a big goal, I urge you to, split the big goal into smaller steps. So, for example, me, I want to redesign my website this year. I have to start, writing out the steps. First of all, decide my new theme, get a web designer, make a new logo, whatever it is. I've just set those steps out. So start by doing that, those goals. And then the big thing, set deadlines. So for me, I want to have my website redesigned by March 31st, 2018. Deadline. And by setting those deadlines, that's where the pressure comes in. And I'm a big believer of pressure. Without pressure, I feel like none of us would do anything. It just makes you get things done. So that's the second step. Have your goals and set clear deadlines. Whatever it is, whatever your goals and aspirations are, set the deadlines and put that pressure on yourself to do it. Okay, and then number 3 is a really important one. It is to focus on you. I've talked about this so much before in different blog posts, and I think even here on YouTube in different videos, but we live in a world of comparison. We're constantly on social media looking at other people's lives and what they're doing. And being honest, it just takes its toll on all of us. And I think we sometimes forget to focus on us instead of them. And this year, if you want to make this your year, you have got to focus on you. If you find yourself comparing to anybody else, just be like, no, back in my kind of like road to my successful year and keep focusing on you. And until you stop looking at everybody else and kind of worrying about what they're doing, you won't be able to do what you want to do yourself. And all that time that you spend looking at other people's lives and comparing and whatever it is time wasted, because you could be spending that time improving yourself and focusing on you and working towards those goals that you made in step number 2. So this year, try your best to stop comparing. I promise you it'll make such a difference. I used to be really bad for it when I started off blogging first. I constantly thought that I wasn't good enough, my pictures weren't good enough, and my writing wasn't good enough. And when I started YouTube, I was so worried that, I just wasn't good enough. There was people that were so much better. But last year I said to myself at the beginning of the year, that's it, I'm not listening to my head anymore. I'm not letting myself look at other people and compare and blah blah blah. I'm just instead going to do me and focus on me, and it transformed how I do things. It transformed my content, my videos, my blog posts. It's me in it now, and it's nobody else. And as a result, I'm happier than ever, and I'm happier with my content than ever as well. So focus on you all the time. Okay, and then kind of tying in with that, number 4 is be productive. And of course, we all want to be productive. None of us don't want to be productive, but a lot of things seem to get in the way. And for me, I love being productive. It's something that I'm constantly working at and constantly trying to find new ways to get more stuff done, basically. I'm that person that just wants more hours in the day, but we all have the same amount. And the reason that some people do better than other people is because they make use of literally every hour of the day, and they just use their time well. So this year, 2 things for you to do in relation to productivity. 1, stop getting distracted. Get off your phone, stop scrolling, and use that time better. So that's the first thing, cut down your distractions. And then number 2 in relation to productivity is the importance of mapping out your day, week, month. You have to plan. You have to. You're not going to get stuff done if it's not scheduled to be done. And that's kind of how I treat my career. If it's not scheduled and it's not in the calendar, if it's not written down, it's not a priority. I'm obviously not putting enough importance on it, and I'm not giving it that time. So I'm actually going to do a whole separate video on this, kind of about how I personally organize my week and my day and my month. I think that could be really useful because I kind of have a new method this year of doing it. But basically, kind of in short, how to do it is sit down at the beginning of the week and write out all your hours you have free. I know some of you work full time, so you only have the evenings and the weekends. Some of you work for yourself, you have all day, every day. So you really have to make use of every hour or block of 2 hours and plan to a T. And I know it sounds a bit rigid, and I know it sounds just a little bit kind of okay, that's a bit crazy, Erika, I'm not planning every hour. But if you want to get stuff done, and if you want to make sure that you achieve all your goals and really kind of make the most of all your time, then you have to do it. So number 1, cut out distractions. Number 2, plan. And then finally, number 5, and something that you probably hear a lot, and even when I was putting this into the video, I was kind of should I even say this? Is it a bit too obvious? But I really believe that we all need to be reminded of this. You have got to believe in yourself. And I know it sounds a little bit cringy, and I know we all hear it a million times, but if you don't believe in yourself, you won't get things done. And I know that myself. I remember, what was I working on? I think it was last year, and I remember just thinking in my head, no, I won't be able to do it. I'm just not good enough. I don't know how to do it. And straight away, that made me so negative, and it put such a negative spin on that day. And I just, I kind of sat back and I was like, I'm telling myself I can't do this thing. I'm making myself believe I can't do it. Why don't I say to myself, you can do it, Erika. It's not going to be easy. It won't just take you know, 5 minutes, but you can do it. Like, put your mind to it and you can do it. And as soon as I switched that mindset, I got the thing done and I did it really well. And that's with everything I do now. If I find myself starting a project or starting something, and if I even see myself thinking, oh, worried and negative and what will people think and will it go well and is this a waste of time, immediately like just shifting my mindset to you can do it, believe in yourself, you can do it, be positive and you'll get it done. Like visualizing yourself doing it, even in a way, it changes everything. A positive attitude goes a long way in life. And there are the 5 things. I hope that you found that helpful. Nothing groundbreaking, but it's just, I think sometimes hearing it from somebody else makes a difference. And even if you just take one of those things from those 5 things and you sit down now and you just kind of change your mindset and sit down and write your goals or write your dream 2018 or unfollow people you don't like on social media that are distracting you or whatever it is. Once you do it and once you start doing it, this will be your year and there's nothing stopping you. Nothing. Even if it's just one goal you want to achieve this year, say to yourself now, I'm going to do it. There's nothing stopping me. I'm going to do these 5 things and it's going to be a great year. So I really hope that you found this video useful. I hope that you enjoyed this kind of stuff. I definitely want to do more of these kind of career, lifestyle, kind of focused videos this year. I actually wrote a list this morning of like loads of ideas I want to do. Just kind of tips and tricks and life hacks as such, and just hopefully a reminder to you throughout the year, whatever it is I'm doing. I'm really into organization and planning and all that kind of stuff, and you probably know that by now anyway if you're a follower, so I hope I can help you this year too. So I'll leave it here. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.